Recently, we've seen an uptake in the number of Justice League related posts coming from both Zach and Clay. Apart from Zach's Vero tease with the turkey back in Thanksgiving, along with his constant subliminal posts, we have confirmation from the boss himself to never give up. Now, it's very weird that we've been getting all this information, especially the interview with Cavill a couple of weeks ago. He was doing what? Something, a press tour for The Witcher, and the Superman role came up. That was a setup question. We all know that. That was a setup question, and someone was told to ask him that, just to give us a stir. You have to remember, this is all about collecting data. It's all about collecting data at the end of the day. They want to see what trends. They want to see what's not trending. They want to know what direction to go in, and I think I've cracked the code. Based off the information I already know about what happens in the Flash, I've come up with 3 what-if scenarios. Personally, the third one is my favourite, but I don't know if it holds any weight. The 3 of them don't really hold any weight. But based off everything I'm seeing, all I am doing here is collecting facts that are presented in front of me. I'm putting these facts together and I'm regurgitating that information to you to give you the information you need to come to your own assumption. Whatever you take from my information is what you take from my information. I'm just going to give you my theories. But I need you to pay attention, because there might be a few things I might leave out. But more than likely I'll probably cover everything. But if there's a few things I leave out, which I probably will, you can fill them in yourself and see how that works. So the first thing I want to talk about is the skiing post from Zach and Vero. Okay? Now, very, very interesting. The video kind of spurred a lot of people on to think of the Black Racer, because the Black Racer is in Crisis. You know, that's a character that can be used, and there could be something there. However, that's not what caught my eye. What caught my eye was the caption. Specifically, back to work. Okay? So it was very kind of like, why did he do that? It's been bothering me for days, ever since he posted it. As I said, theories have flown about the Black Racer being the hint, but that's not what I saw. The B in back to work is capital. So if you have a second device on you at the moment and you're listening to this through headphones or whatever, grab whatever device, open up your search engine, open a new tab, and put in Zack Snyder, quotation, back to work, end quotation, and search that. The top post for that is a Variety post that came out about Zack right before Justice League came out, when we all got the news that we were getting the Snyder Cut. He says, back to work, and I think the sentence continues, on Justice League or something like that. Okay? So, back to work. Back to work on what, exactly? Because I think, isn't Rebel Moon moving into production? You know? Isn't Rebel Moon moving into production? There's too many things coming from Zach altogether that are lining up in a way that I'm kind of going, okay, fair. Let's see what happens there. But then Clay is egging everything on and posting these really cryptic images of just like what we would call the nightmare color grading. And he put out a few with just kind of shadowy greens, and now he put out another one yesterday with a shadowy red. Now I'm going to show you them in a minute, but in the meantime I want to walk you through everything else. So let's go back a second to the Flash and what it's doing. Let's think of the word erasing for a second. As DC fans, we know erasing an entire universe and resetting a timeline so that previous events that didn't happen makes no sense. That doesn't make sense to a DC fan, because in our world, when Flash does something like that, it doesn't, like, there's something to it. It's a flashpoint event. So I want to, erasing isn't a word I would use for that. I would more say creating a new timeline. Or I don't know how you'd put it, but you get what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. You can't delete previous events. It's just something that happened on a different timeline. Okay? So, previous events makes no sense. They did happen on that timeline or universe. It still exists. We now just either have a flashpoint situation, like I said, where Barry is aware of what has happened and the movies continue with him attempting to get back that original universe. Okay? Or at least get those that are gone, i.e. possibly Iris, Batman and Superman, back and either forge a new universe or have these other realities go into one or whatever. Okay. Now, what if scenario 1? Now, this is the most likely according to the leaks, but we'll see. Flash gets rid of Batman and Superman and the movies continue without them, somehow explaining their absence, getting a new Batman and a new Superman somewhere down the line. So they recast them, and in 4 or 5 movies, once they've built up a bigger universe and they're having a bigger Justice League team-up movie, they'll need to recast them and bring them in, and we could get a whole No Way Home type situation where we've the new DCEU Batman who's replacing Ben come out and come back into this universe and come with Superman to help save it. But in order for that, we need a recast of Ben and Henry. That's scenario number 1. Scenario number 2. Flash sets a new timeline as he has travelled through the Time Force, leaving him back in his universe, but he brings Keaton, Calais and Grace with him. They continue with the movies and set up the next big team up, being Justice League versus the Sinister Six, or Justice League 2, or whatever. This leads to a bigger follow-up where we get Batman and Superman returning. Again, that what if scenario still fits with the parameters of what has been said. It's almost exact to scenario 1, but it would make more sense that instead of it being 2 separate universes, he brings those characters to his, and somehow that eradicates everything that happened before in that timeline. That timeline is changed, okay? Now, what if scenario 3? Okay, hold on to your seats now for this one, because this one is thin. It is very thin, but it makes a little bit of sense, because if Zack is working on something, let's just say Zack is working on something, and they're splitting the characters, this is my what if scenario 3. So Flash sets a new timeline, but it fucks up the universe. It splits into the DCEU and the SnyderVerse. DCEU continues with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad, Supergirl, Batgirl, Keaton, Blue Beetle, and Peacemaker, and so on, whoever else is in the DCU at the time. Zack keeps Ben, Henry, Leto. He gets Fisher back. He keeps Martian Manhunter. They do the Nightmare timeline, or some variation of the Nightmare timeline, in their own SnyderVerse universe. They can introduce the Green Lanterns and have a whole build up in that universe, while Black Adam is over in the DCEU causing wreck. The 2 universes build up separately, along with whatever HBO shows they can churn out alongside them in conjunction, leading up to Justice League 3 Final Crisis. Okay? Now, if we go and we look at Clay's teases. One of the first teases he gives was after a shout out to the cosplayer Liz Wonder 1 for her Sunday inspiration, Memories of Future Past, and then he posted another one underneath that of the Nightmare Batfleck. Another piece of the larger puzzle, work in progress. It's basically the same picture that we got, but we have Batfleck kind of shimmered in. We then got another one, which was, I don't know if it's the season, but I'm thinking a nice green might be the right colour to add to this layout. So he used the same layout and added green. He then added another one 6 days ago now. I don't know about you, but I'm observing the illumination of colour green getting stronger. And then 3 days ago, Hope. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. And he put up a picture of Wayne T. Kerr as Green Lantern with the same grading. On the 20th, he put up a picture of Leto with the same grading. A glimpse of fractured memories. And yesterday, oh my god, yesterday, he put up the same grading with a red streak going all the way through it. Faster than a speeding bullet. Wait, that's the other guy. So I think what that's suggesting there, and this goes back to my other theory a couple of weeks ago, that there is 2 Flashes. As you've seen from the stills in the Flash movie, Ezra's playing 2 characters. He's playing himself and someone else or something like that. What if my original theory is correct and that in the original BVS SnyderVerse there is actually 2 Flashes already there? I don't know why. I don't know what reason I'm thinking about this, but it could work. The long-haired Flash is Keaton's. The short-haired Flash is Affleck's. Okay, now this is a reach, guys. This is a serious reach. I am well aware of that. But put it all together yourself and think about what is the most probable possibility going forward. The word impossibility has been used by a certain blogger or YouTuber, whatever we want to call that person. I don't believe that. I don't believe that to be true. I do not believe that to be true. There's too many things in the works. And with this merger and everything, I think what they possibly could do is release the Flash. And then, if they get to go ahead, go with one of those 3 what-if scenarios. But based off everything, I think the strongest for me right now, and the one I'm hoping that comes true, is scenario 3. It's not a shared universe. It's 2 separate DC universes running at the same time. The DCEU and the SnyderVerse. So you may have seen my tweet earlier on, SnyderVerse restored. Yeah, I think I'm putting my money on this one for now. And until I see something else, or until I hear back from the Flash